In a world saturated with fleeting information from various media and platforms, where we are unsure of what is authentic and what is fake, there is a timeless treasure of wisdom that has withstood the trials of time. The scriptures, Jinwani, meticulously preserved over the past 20 centuries, hold the keys to unlocking profound insights into spirituality, the natural order of the universe, and the true nature of the soul. They show the mundane soul a pathway to bliss and eternal liberation from the cycles of birth and death. But amidst the chaos of our modern lives, how often do we pause to contemplate the significance of these scriptures? How often do we dedicate time to study, reflect, and imbibe the timeless teachings they offer? Shrut Parampara, the sacred tradition of oral transmission and written preservation, has ensured that the knowledge contained within these scriptures has reached us generation after generation. In this video, let us see the significance of the Shrut Parampara, the unbroken chain of sermons that connects us to the divine wisdom of the past. Since time eternal, in each half of the time cycle, 24 Tirthankars are born in Bharat and Airavat Kshetra, thereby reopening the eternal path of liberation in these regions. The omniscient Tirthankars propagate true religion and show the path to liberation through their divine sound known as Divya Dhwani. Lord Rishabdev, the first Tirthankar in our region known as Bharat Kshetra, re-established the principles and philosophy of Jainism, illuminating the path of liberation for the world to follow. 23 other Tirthankars followed in the same tradition over the span of billions of years, until the liberation of the last Tirthankar, Lord Mahavir, approximately 2600 years ago. Through this extraordinary lineage, the knowledge of Jainism was directly transmitted from the divine sound of the Tirthankars and comprehended by their chief preceptors, who were called Gandhars. The highly knowledgeable Gandhar Munis utilized this wisdom to create the 12 components of the scripture, Dwadashang Shrut, within 48 minutes. Subsequently, this sacred wisdom was handed down to the Acharyas, who diligently transmitted it to their disciples through oral traditions. Let us see how. The tradition of invaluable knowledge of the path of liberation was propagated by the Kevalis, Gautam Swami, Sudharma Swami, and Jambu Swami, who possessed the divine omniscience Keval Gnan for a total of 62 years after liberation of Mahavir Swami. The tradition then passed on to the Shrut Kevalis, Acharya Shri Vishnu Swami, Acharya Shri Nandi Mitra Swami, Acharya Shri Aparajit Swami, Acharya Shri Govardhan Swami, and Acharya Shri Bhadrabahu Swami. They held the knowledge of the entire Shrut Gnan, the 12 Angas, and this knowledge lasted for a total of 100 years. Following them, a lineage of 11 Acharyas, including Acharya Shri Vishak, Acharya Shri Prosthil, Acharya Shri Kshatriya, Acharya Shri Jayasen, Acharya Shri Nagasen, Acharya Shri Siddharth, Acharya Shri Dhrutisen, Acharya Shri Vijay, Acharya Shri Budhil, Acharya Shri Gangadev, and Acharya Shri Dharmasen preserved and disseminated the 11 Angas and 10 Purvas for a period of 183 years. The knowledge was then carried forth by Acharya Shri Nakshatra, Acharya Shri Jaipal, Acharya Shri Pandu, Acharya Shri Dhruvasen, and Acharya Shri Kansa. who safeguarded the 11 Angas for 220 years. Finally, Acharya Shri Subhadra, Acharya Shri Yashobhadra, Acharya Shri Yashobahu, and Acharya Shri Loharya Guru dedicated themselves to preserving and transmitting the Acharang for 118 years. Remarkably, for 683 years after Lord Mahavir's liberation, the practice of writing scriptures did not exist. The knowledge was passed down through the learned acharyas to their disciples solely through oral transmissions. However, as the time progressed, the ability to retain and comprehend knowledge began to wane. The table clearly illustrates the gradual decline in the capacity to preserve this invaluable wisdom. Nearly 2000 years ago, in this lineage, Acharya Dharsen had some knowledge passed down through the direct tradition of sermons. However, he knew that this tradition was no longer sufficient. He realized the diminishing cognition and retention skills of the humans will not be able to sustain this tradition, and the knowledge of the scriptures will be lost. He needed to find competent disciples who could preserve the knowledge in writing. One day, he dreamt of two strong white bulls bowing at his feet, indicating the arrival of young and devoted ascetics capable of this task. Sometime later, once when Acharya Dharsen opened his eyes after deep meditation, he saw two ascetics bowing before him. He understood their arrival as the indication given by his dream and decided to test their competence. He gave each of them a mantra and instructed them to accomplish it in a cave on the opposite hill. The mantra would be considered accomplished when two proportionately beautiful heavenly goddesses appeared. The ascetics were initially confused by the instruction, but they followed it faithfully. After completing the mantras, two heavenly goddesses did appear, but one had a tooth projecting from her mouth and the other had only one eye. The ascetics were worried, but they remembered their guru's advice not to rush back to him and to trust their own judgment. After scrutinizing the mantras, they realized that one had an extra letter while the other was missing a letter. They hesitated to correct the mantras given by their revered Acharya, but after much deliberation, they decided to make the corrections themselves. They immersed themselves in deep meditation, and soon two beautiful heavenly goddesses with proportionate features appeared, indicating their success. Pleased by their ability to follow their guru's instructions, the ascetics returned to Acharya Dharsen, who was amazed by their talent, humility, and wisdom. He named them Pushpadant and Bhutbali, acknowledging their exceptional qualities. Acharya emphasized that along with politeness, talent and wisdom were essential for acquiring knowledge. The combination of these three qualities creates an ideal learner. Without wakeful wisdom, one would be trapped in blind faith and unable to discern right from wrong. Having received the knowledge from Acharya Dharsen, Muni Shri Pushpadant and Bhutbali were bestowed with the stature of an Acharya, and they composed the first scripture, the Shat Khandagam. Acharya Pushpadant inscribed the Namokar Mahamantra, which pays homage to the five supreme beings as the auspicious introductory verse, Mangalacharan, of this holy scripture. The momentous achievement of completion of this scripture took place on the 5th day of the waxing moon cycle in the month of Jyeshtha. Every year, this day is celebrated as the Shrut Panchami festival, when the great scriptures like Shat Khandagamji are worshipped, and the passionless ascetics who wrote them are remembered. the tradition continues. The continuation of tradition over the centuries has been a testament to the enduring wisdom of Jainism. Let us explore the remarkable lineage of scriptures and spiritual leaders who have preserved and propagated the profound teaching of Tirthankars. The first category of scriptures, known as Pratham Shrut Skand, includes canonical texts, Agam Granth, such as Shatkhandagam, and the commentaries written to simplify it, like Dhavala, Mahadhavala, etc. Later scriptures like Gomatsar, Labdhisar, Kshapanasar, and many more were written based on them. These scriptures illuminate the interrelationship between the soul, Jeev, and Karma, Pudgal, offering insights into the soul classes, Jeev Samas, stages of spiritual development, Gunasthan, the soul quests, Marganasthan, and others. In the lineage of the last Shrutkevali, Bhadrabahu Swami, the spiritual texts, Adhyatma Granths, of the Dvitiya Shrutskand emerged. Kashay Prabhrut Granth, written by Sri Gunadhar Acharya, laid the foundation for profound works of Acharya Kundakund like Pravachan-sar, Samay-sar, Niyam-sar, Panchastikay, and Ashtapahud, collectively known as Panch Parmagam. These scriptures, further elaborated upon by revered acharyas like Amrut Chandra Dev, Jai Senji, and Padma Prabmaldhari Dev, through their detailed commentaries, delve into the essence of pure soul, Jeev, and depict the path of liberation. As time progressed, the tradition was carried forward by knowledgeable scholars and enlightened householders. Notable individuals like Pandit Banarasi Das Ji, Pandit Jai Chandji Chhabda, Acharya Kalp Pandit Todarmal Ji, Pandit Daulat Ram Ji, and several others played crucial role in explaining the profound teachings of the scriptures in simple language, making them accessible to the wider community. Their commentaries, spiritual poems, and ballads simplified the message conveyed by the acharyas, enriching the understanding of laypersons. In modern times, enlightened spiritual leaders emerge to guide and inspire seekers. Srimad Rajchandra Ji, through works like Atma Siddhi and Apurva Avsar, illuminated the true nature of the soul. His insightful letters addressed the queries and misconceptions of followers, offering profound clarity on the spiritual path. Pujya Sri Kanji Swami, a beacon of spiritual revolution, brought a renaissance through his meticulous explanations of scriptures such as Samay-sar, Pravachan-sar, Niyam-sar, and many more. In an era marked by misguided beliefs and misinterpretations, Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami fearlessly preached the true essence of Jainism, reviving the authentic teachings of the Tirthankars. Under his guidance, numerous temples were built, scriptures were translated, printed, and read with devotion, and educational camps, Adhyatmik Shivers, became a cornerstone of spiritual growth. The flame ignited by these revered leaders shall continue to illuminate the path of true seekers for the next 18,500 years, till the end of this fifth Kal. It is a testament to human ingenuity that these profound truths were meticulously inscribed on palm leaves, surviving through centuries without the aid of modern printing technology. The reverence shown by our ancestors to these sacred texts, their unwavering dedication to preserving and passing on this knowledge, fills us with gratitude and awe. They have retained these divine teachings by relinquishing their wealth, dedicating their time, and sometimes even sacrificing their lives when tested. Despite facing challenges like invasions, social tensions, droughts, and wars. They have safeguarded these scriptures, which is a blessing for seekers like us who seek spiritual fulfillment. Now it's our shared responsibility to keep this tradition alive by studying these scriptures and spreading their wisdom. Through our great fortune, the majority of these scriptures are now readily accessible with just a click of a button and at no cost. Accompanied by knowledgeable teachers who are eager to impart their wisdom, these teachings are easily within reach. Are we ready to be a part of this lineage by dedicating our time to study the scriptures and pass on these teachings?
गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं।
गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं।
तन भुला सकते हैं पर चेतन भुला सकते नहीं। तन भुला सकते हैं पर चेतन भुला सकते नहीं। गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं।
गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं।
श्रुत का श्रवण और पठन पाठन जीव को हितकार है। जिसके हृदय में आ बसे बस वो जगत का ताज है। बस वो जगत का ताज है। प्राण देकर भी कभी कीमत चुका सकते नहीं।
प्राण देकर भी कभी कीमत चुका सकते नहीं।
प्राण देकर भी कभी कीमत चुका सकते नहीं। गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं। अनंत उपकार उनका जो ये वाणी दे गए। हम भी बने भगवान, हम में बीज ऐसे बो गए। बीज ऐसे बो गए। अहो वचनातीत को वचनों में ला सकते नहीं।
अहो वचनातीत को वचनों में ला सकते नहीं।
तन भुला सकते हैं पर जिन धर्म भुला सकते नहीं। गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं। केवली श्रुत केवली भणिदम ये तीर्थ अपार है। चैतन्य प्रभु ही मात्र अहो संपूर्ण श्रुत का सार है, संपूर्ण श्रुत का सार है। श्रवण बिन भव भ्रमण का फेरा मिटा सकते नहीं,
श्रवण बिन भव भ्रमण का फेरा मिटा सकते नहीं।
श्रवण बिन भव भ्रमण का फेरा मिटा सकते नहीं। गुरुओं के उपकार को हरगिज भुला सकते नहीं।
जिन धर्म से है प्रेम तो बस भावना ये भाई, देह जाए तो भले जिन धर्म रहना चाहिए। जिन मार्ग की हो प्रभावना, जिन ध्वजायूं लहराइए। देह जाए तो भले जिन धर्म रहना चाहिए।
जिन धर्म से है प्रेम तो बस भावना ये भाई, देह जाए तो भले जिन धर्म रहना चाहिए।
वीतरागी यहो जिनेश्वर, धन्य वे मुनिराज है। वीतरागी यहो जिनेश्वर, धन्य वे मुनिराज है। निरपेक्ष सहज स्वरूप दर्शाते करे उपकार है। मंगलमयी प्रभु शरण पाके जगोत्तम हो जाइए। देह जाए तो भले जिन धर्म रहना चाहिए।
The knowledge of scriptures originates from the sermons of the Tirthankars, is propagated by their chief preceptors, and passed on by the Acharyas. Tradition of writing scriptures began 683 years after the liberation of Sri Mahavir Bhagwan. Acharya Dharsen transmitted his knowledge to Acharya Pushpadant and Acharya Bhutbali, who wrote down the first scripture, Shatkhandagam. Numerous notable acharyas, munis, scholars, and enlightened individuals have made significant contributions to preserving and enriching this knowledge. These scriptures are the key to enlightenment and the path of liberation. It is essential for seekers to establish a daily ritual of reading these scriptures with keen interest and reverence.